Hi, my name is Vivian, and welcome to my soul journey. Today we have the full moon greeting us this morning, and then the summer solstice here in the US, the longest day of the year, the day with the most sunshine and light coming into our earth, followed by the full moon again tonight. And it felt important to pause and create some space in my life, and then also through this recording potentially in your life, to just reflect on patterns and shadows perhaps, and bring in more light into our human bodies and our souls. So I invite you to join me. I'm going to talk you through the process that I'm doing right in this moment, and then I'll share it. And I think it's a gift that can just continue to ripple out, because light creates more light. So let us begin. Go ahead and find a spot where you can sit down and settle into your body. So if you're sitting in a chair, go ahead and feel your bottom on the chair, feel your feet on the floor. If you're like me and you're sitting on the floor with your legs in front of you, just make sure that your legs aren't crisscrossed over the ankles. Have some space at the bottom of your feet for energy to move. And then feel your bottom connected to the ground through whatever layers there are between you and the earth's surface. Just feel how you can land yourself here in this moment, in this body. If you're laying down on a bed or the ground or outside, just feel all of the places on your head, your back, your legs, your feet, where you are connecting into the earth. And then allow yourself to come into your body, all of your attention, gently just being pulled back into this physical body that you chose to come into in this lifetime. Use your breath. Go ahead and slow the pace of your beating heart down so that you can just arrive in this moment comfortable as possible in your body, in the seat or the floor where you're sitting. And just slow the pace of everything down for a few minutes. As you connect into your breath, you can do a big inhale, from the bottom of your feet or your root. And then when you do the exhale, it can be a slow out through the mouth exhale, like. As you do that, as you slowly allow breath to come out, you'll notice that your attention drops deeper into your body. So it's almost like you're forcing isn't quite the right word. You're allowing space inside of your body for all of your energy to come in. And that exhale breath out can move some of the pain, the stories, the heaviness, perhaps, of life out through the mouth, so that your soul feels more comfortable coming all the way into the body. So that long, slow exhale sends out perhaps fear or resistance, disappointment. And it allows your soul, your heart, your center of you, your attention, to come all the way into the body. Okay, go ahead and just do one more. So in breath all the way through the bottom of you. And then long, slow exhale out. Good, as you arrive here in this moment. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and connect into this earth underneath us. So what I've been feeling today is there's so much sunshine and light around me. Here in Cincinnati, the sky is blue and the sun has been shining and the clouds come and go, but there's so much brightness outside. And sometimes that makes you want to hide or get shade or be covered. So if you can imagine in this moment that you can really root in and connect into this earth, allow yourself to feel supported. It's going to allow you to stretch out and hold more of the light that's coming through. So go ahead and imagine from the bottoms of your feet or your ankle bones or your heels, whatever part of your foot is connected to the floor. Imagine you can start to grow roots, and they can go down into the earth underneath where you're sitting. And it might just be, I don't know, a few inches at first or a foot, where you can feel roots somehow connecting into the dirt that's underneath whatever building you're in. If you're lucky enough to be sitting outside by a tree, you can match the energy of the tree, feel the roots of the tree going down into the ground, and just match your energy to that. And feel if you can go deeper. So imagine the roots, now that they're in the dirt, can feel the richness of the soil, the nutrients, the power of the earth that is underneath your physical body. And so those roots from your feet want to go down deeper, deeper into the earth. Knowing the deeper they go, the more nutrients the roots can receive, and the more it can nourish your feet and your legs and your body. And you'll notice as you go deeper into the earth that for me there's a tugging at my belly. My shoulders start to hunch a little bit. It's almost like I'm being pulled down by the roots going into the earth. If that's the sensation you feel, just relax your body and allow the roots to do the work. If you don't feel that, it's okay, right? By putting your attention on this activity, by visualizing, you're creating a pathway, whether or not your physical body can feel it yet or can resonate with it. The attention you're putting on it is creating a movement of energy that is connecting you into the earth underneath. So your work, your job, is just to sit here and allow that. Allow the earth to support your physical body. And feel the roots going, let's say 50 feet down into the earth. And when they go that far down, they start to spread wide out in all directions, 50 feet, so that you have a web underneath you. An energetic connection down that will allow you to reach up higher above the earth and have more light flow through. So feel the roots where they are. If you want, you can have them go deeper, or you can allow them to keep going further and further into the earth as we do the rest of our time of meditation together. But for now, just allow that space to be as it is, and bring your attention back up into your body. Good. And then notice in your body, now that you have that rooting system underneath you, any stuck places, any heaviness, any parts perhaps that feel tight or uncomfortable. And in this first round of energy, imagine you can just allow some of the tightness and the stuck places to send that stuckness down to your feet where the roots have been created. So you can imagine a neural pathway for energy to flow. It'll go down through your core of your body to your hips, and then split, and then go down each of your legs all the way to your feet. And then at your feet, you can just open up to the roots and allow all of that heaviness to just move out through your feet and into the earth. And what you've created in your body is just this pathway of energy to flow, so that some of the stuck places that perhaps have felt really stuck or really heavy or really dense can start to have a little bit of movement. Yep. And you can hang on to those stuck places. You don't have to move them. But in this moment, if there's a part or a piece that is ready for movement, creating this pathway allows that to begin. So feel at the bottoms of your feet how the earth with the roots can start to suck have a suction feeling at the bottoms of your feet that will pull the heavy energy down and out. And then relax your body again. Connect back in with your breath. Good. All right, so let's talk for a quick moment about the summer solstice and the full moon. The full moon is typically a time where we look at patterns in our lives. We look at ways that we've been doing things, or places where we're really in our story. You know, we really believe something to be true. And perhaps it is true, or perhaps we've been deluding ourselves a little bit. And so when the full moon cycles through every month or so, it lights up, it illuminates, it brings in a new way of seeing those patterns. And so some of the patterns we hang on to because we like how they feel or how they're functioning. And others, when they are illuminated, we can see that perhaps there was an easier way, or a less painful way, or a more joyous way of navigating whatever it was we were looking at. That full moon was, for us here in the US, last night or early this morning. And as we wrap that up, we go right into the summer solstice, which is 17 hours of light on our planet. And if you're not on this side of the world, you're having the contrast, right? You're having the exact opposite. You're having the shortest day of the year, the least amount of light, with the moon illuminating on either side of it. So you have the contrast, and neither is right or wrong. I'm exploring from where we are here in this moment in the US, and to go from the full moon right into this long day of light, and then back into this continued, almost waning but very lightly full moon tonight. It just seems like such a special time, such a momentous time to pause and to feel in our bodies how light is such a healing gift, a healing quality, that light creates shadows, right? You couldn't have a shadow if you didn't have light on one side of it, creating the shadow on the other side. So the light that comes in is sometimes too intense, and sometimes exactly what we need at exactly the right moment. And to have this amount of light all at once feels like such an opportunity to really look at some of the things in our lives with fully open eyes, with no filters, with an open heart and a deep grounding, and a trust that if those things are coming up right now, it's because perhaps we're ready to see those things in a new way. Perhaps we're ready to look with a new perspective and allow life to be more delightful, more fun, more expansive, not quite as tight and heavy as it has felt. So what I would like to do is create some space where we can feel what is most present, what pops up first in our attention, and then look at it with no filters, with open light, open eyes, and see perhaps is there something to discern or shift, and if so, what action might be needed from that, or can we just shift in a moment and allow something new to be born or created. Oh, a lot of words. A lot of words. So go ahead and just settle yourself into this moment, into your body. Allow your mind to send the energy down, all the way down through your body to your feet, so that there's a little more space in that busy mind that stays so active all day. Yeah, and then see if you can allow your heart to soften or open just a little bit more in this moment. You may want to put your hand physically on your heart. You may want to just open your shoulders up a little bit more so that you're not as protective with your physical body of your heart space. Yeah, connect back into your breath. It's totally safe. You're just looking at something in a new way. And then allow your mind, your soul, your heart to present to you just the first thing that you want to look at, right? The pattern that is most present for you, where you feel like you're resisting or fighting or struggling with this thing. It could be a relationship. It could be a physical thing like your home, your money, your job. It could be your health. It could be your spiritual path, your life's purpose. Whatever it is that just pops up first, trust that. That's the thing to start with. And see if it can take on some sort of form. So perhaps if it's your house, you see an image of your house. If it's a relationship, you see you and that person that you're in relationship with in a moment that feels dense or heavy to you. And just visualize that thing in a form in front of your eyes. Maybe push it just a little further in front of you so there's enough distance between you and that image or feeling that you can see it a little better. Good. And then imagine that you can take that image and slowly start to rotate it or turn it a little bit so that the perspective begins to shift. So for example, if you're looking at a relationship and you have this snapshot of the two of you, this person and you, where you're facing each other and you're in a conversation, maybe your arms are raised and you're at each other, but you're looking at each other. Imagine you can perhaps shift the dynamic between the two of you so the two of you can turn so you're looking ahead, not at each other. Or the camera viewpoint can start to go around, so perhaps now you're standing behind the other person, where you're looking at yourself through their eyes. Go ahead and just play with the perspective of what you're looking at. Shift it a little bit. Good. And then imagine you can increase the amount of light in that image that you're looking at. So if there were shadowy places, there's now a little bit more light on them. And as you do that, you can ask yourself some questions. What is there to know? As I shift the perspective and allow more light, what do I see that I hadn't seen before? What does my heart know that perhaps it was unwilling to feel or sense before now? Imagine you can take the perspective a little further around so the camera can move over to the other side behind you now, perhaps, if you're looking at a relationship. And imagine more light can come in. What is there to know from here? Yeah, what have you not been able to see in this way until right now? And then imagine that a spotlight or perhaps the full moon, the sunshine, can appear directly above, like if you were doing numbers, it would be 12 noon, right overhead of that image. And this light, as it shines, can show the web, the silver connections or lines, the weaving of the pattern in this thing that you're looking at. So if it's a relationship, what do the cords or connection lines look like between you and this person? How many are there? Are they thick? Are they thin? Are they cleanly connecting you, or is it a big tangled mess? If you're looking at an object like home or money or job, see if you can see yourself in relationship to that thing. And with the spotlight right overhead, with the full moon or the full sun right overhead shining down, what do the connections look like? Are you tightly woven in with that thing, or are there actually fewer cables, cords, wires than you realized? And what else is there for you to know? And then bring that perspective all the way back to where you started. Feel yourself in your body. Run anything that's come up energetically or emotionally inside of you, all the way down through to your feet, and down and out into the earth. And then look at this image, this topic that you chose first. Look at it from this new perspective and see what are the patterns about? Why have these patterns, or why has this web been created in the way that it showed itself to you today? For some of you, this may go all the way back to childhood, right? Or past lives, or things that happened when you were being born, or a young child. If that's the case, imagine you can just understand those connections clearly. You can see or have it illuminated right here in this moment, so that you can see how one relationship, one connection here in this moment always goes back to something before. And instead of judging it, we understand and create space for awareness. Because from awareness, you can make changes, you can create new patterns. You have to be aware first. So see if this web can show itself to you clearly. Yeah, and then just imagine in this moment, what if you can start to unravel some of those weavings or cords? What if you can picture sea salt water? That's such a healing quality, right? Sea salt water just spraying and dissolving the connections that feel like they've had you trapped or roped. Just visualize, if you can, in this web that you just saw. What if you can just dissolve all the places that feel stuck and heavy with sea salt spray, with mist from the ocean, all the way back to where it originally started. And any emotions or feelings or stuck places that come up as you're doing that can just be energy that moves all the way down to your feet and into the earth. Good. Do one more run. Anything that is ready to move, imagine it can just make its way through your body all the way down to your feet and down into the earth to be recycled and purified by the earth. Good work. So come back to this image that you started with and see if you can feel, as you sit here in this space looking at that image, how much of that is old story that perhaps in an instant you can just decide it's no longer a match. It's no longer a match for how you want to be in this world, right? The way you want to show up actually feels more empowered or clearer, stronger, more loving, more kind, more playful, whatever feelings are coming up in you. What if you can just choose in this instant to detach from that old way of thinking and being and align with a more light-filled way of bringing light in and allowing it to just flow through you, clearing out the shadows as it goes, illuminating patterns for you, illuminating those around you with more light. Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to shift, but what if it was that easy in this moment to take one pattern and change it into something different? And what if by doing it this one time, there's a practice or a pathway that you can do again and again and again on your own, of seeing things as they come up, bringing more light in, changing the perspective, shifting the filter, and then allowing light to nourish and fill up your soul, your energy, and change the story. I know, it's a little mind-blowing, right? It could actually be that easy that I just start to shift the patterns and something new gets formed. Yes, I believe that. I believe that. It begins with awareness and then the practice of shifting, choosing something different. Good. So what I walked you through is something you can come back and do over and over. So I'm not going to go through that multiple times, but you certainly can. In this moment, what I would love for you to feel is the possibilities, the opportunity, I really want to use the words like seismic shift of energy that can come into you and move through you on this day with so much light. Even if you're listening to this months later, right, there's a vibration that stays with this moment that is captured in the recording, and that vibration is always accessible at any time. So in this moment, if you can feel your rootedness in your body, your landing in the center of your hips with your energy all the way down connected to your feet, and you can feel the roots that go from the bottoms of your feet down into the earth. Go ahead and sit. If you're sitting, sit straight up, like let your shoulders open, let your heart right, take in a big breath and expand. You can lift your chin up a little bit or feel like the gorgeousness of this physical body that is here on this planet that we call Earth. And if you can allow yourself to visualize, if you were to stand outside, right? If you decided, I am going to be superhuman, I'm going to plant my feet in the dirt, and I'm going to be there as the full moon starts to shine her light at 7 a.m., right? In the fullness of all that light. And I'm going to stand here in this physical body and allow 17 hours of sunlight to pour into your physical body through your crown chakra, through the top of your head, just sunlight for 17 hours pouring down and in through your head, all the way through your shoulders, massaging through the shoulders that carry the weight of the world. Just light, 17 hours of light pouring in through your shoulders, down your arms, through the core of your body, every organ, every cell, every muscle, every bone, every chakra, all the way down to your hips, to your root chakra, filled up with light, all the way down through your legs, Again, every muscle, every bone, every cell, every drop of skin, every hair on the skin, all the way down to your feet. And open your shoulders back up again and allow your body to feel the gift of being here in this body, being able to practice presence and allow yourself to connect with that much light moving in from above. What a gift that is. If it feels intense, just run your breath, your energy all the way down through to your feet, and then hook that energy in with the roots underneath you. And you can become this conduit of light, right? This conduit of light where it flows in from the sun, from source, and it comes through your physical body, and then it goes down into the earth. And there's just this flow of energy. And then imagine as you feel yourself so filled up with 17 hours of sunlight, as the heat of the sun starts to fade, the ethereal quality of the full moon brings in this beautiful, peaceful healing into your body. The reflection of the sun through the moon, but it's more feminine, right? More tender, more mystical. And you can just feel that light also filling you up and soothing your body and guiding you, right? Just as the moon guides us through the night, through the shadow and the dark. And that light can just guide your body. And settle all of the expansion. Allow your shoulders to rest more comfortably. Yeah, it's so beautiful. What a gift. What a gift it is to be a soul in a human body on this planet at this time, with so much awareness about light and love, with acceptance, right, of all of these ideas. Yeah, there's a lot that I've been reading about the moon and the summer solstice, the strawberry moon they're calling it because of the harvest time for the Native American Indians. And what I feel in all of this is the letting go of the old, the awareness of the old patterns of the stuck places, of the things that perhaps we haven't wanted to look at, and the opening up to the new, the birthing from the creative womb space filled with light of new ideas and new possibilities and new ways to connect and love. And so I invite you to take a minute or two with me and just feel the possibilities inside of you. And perhaps allow your heart, your soul to whisper to you in new ways for a couple minutes about what it is you bring with this illumination inside of you. What new things are there for you to share with yourself, your family, your friends, the world? Go ahead and feel into that for a little bit. Imagine that the moon can light up the sky for you. And you can take out a magic pen and write it on the sky. Right here is what I am here to do. I call it in, I claim it, I own it. And I know I have inside of me what it takes to start to allow that to be created. Yeah, it's delicious, isn't it? It's so exciting. So exciting to feel the potential of all that this world brings and our place in it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. I wish you such beautiful illumination today and all days, and so much love from my heart to yours.